Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Kels Madings, and are you not gonna say anything?
Um, I don't know. I never said my name on your channel, so I don't know what to say. I never said my name on your
Okay,
channel.
the homie. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go by the homie because that's what you call me. The homie. I'll
yeah,
go by
and
the
the
homie.
homie. Yes. Um. All right. So today we're gonna talk about our experience. Um, the whole experience of, I guess, being pregnant and in the pandemic, and also giving birth. Cause wow, it was a lot.
But today is cold. What doing? That's to another.
Go tsididi. Ka
Oh, so you're the
kwala
TDD.
Rustenburg ba re go maruru.
Oh, so you're the
Ka
TDD.
mo re re go tsididi. Le
Okay.
mafika I think ba re go maruru or go tsididi. Somewhere there.
I think before we just get into it, I'd like to one day take a video and show people the house.
Hey,
Like every corner, there's equipment everywhere.
equipment, toys, like listen. We are
So
all
what they're like you just dominating
even
every space.
the baby girl. Len is taking over.
Yeah, there's equipment everywhere. Like
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what can we say?
obsession.
No, it's not an obsession. What can we say? We are.
A little bit obsessed.
No, no. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're gonna.
Sorry for deviating from the topic or from the
Yeah, from the topic. So, I think for all the women who were pregnant in 2020 and just since this whole thing started, I'm sure it was difficult.
for the husbands as well. It wasn't easy.
Yeah,
It was
because
a tough experience.
yeah, I think because with Tori, like it's like the difference is that with Tori you were there for each and every doctor's appointment, all of them. You didn't miss
And I
anything.
never missed a
Even
single appointment.
yeah, even the birth, you were there, everything. So with this one, like you could say you missed everything, but you didn't miss everything, in terms of the doctor's appointment, where I had to go in alone, because remember we went to, because when we were still trying to figure out going to doctor where we should, or the hospital where I'm gonna give birth to was, when we were deciding, we were, I guess you could say seeing different doctors, which is not a good idea, but. And then when we finally settled on Uppington, and then we get there, we're like, okay, we're going to see. And then they like, sorry, only one person can go in, you know. I think that was, I was like, wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable and tough because most people that know me know that I'm very close to family. Like I like to be around
Yeah.
my family. I like to be around the kids, given an opportunity. So obviously, like you said, with Tori, I was involved with each and every step. And then Gamogela, unfortunately, I wasn't that.
You were
That
there, but
I
you
was
were
there. I was just taking you to the
to the doctor.
but I was not allowed to go in due to COVID um, uh, restrictions and protocols, just to keep you safe and the doctor safe. So it was tough take in, but one just had to understand
Yeah.
that obviously with the pandemic things are not the same. So we have to adjust to the new normal of having the virus live amongst us, and obviously for the safety of everyone, I had to understand that okay, cool, this is how it's gonna be, and fortunately, people can plan their birth. That okay, I'm giving birth on this day, and then we can do our COVID test before, and then on the day of the birth you have the results, and you can show it to the hospital, and then they allow you in. But unfortunately, our birth was not planned, so it just
I
made
mean,
things worse.
it's not all planned. It's just that if your due date, they give you a due date, you know that before 2 days before the due date, you have to do the test, so that when the time comes, the results are out, and then you can go in. But obviously, if things happen before then, unfortunately, you have to. The woman has to go in alone. You know.
Which was the case with me, because I got a call on house at work. My boss told me that I actually told the team that I don't think Ike will come back. Then we had to rush to Uppington, 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
And when I got there, or when we got there, we were told that unfortunately she can come in alone, but you're not coming in. Then I had to
You
go
have
do the
to do the
COVID test.
tests.
And at the time, the waiting period was still minimum 48 hours. So I had to wait for 48 hours. And after 48 hours, unfortunately,
And I
that's
also
2 days.
I did the test when I got there.
But at least they had to attend to you even before they got the results. Whereas with me, you gave birth, I was not there. I actually got to see my daughter 2 days after, which was a tough moment. But
Yeah.
like I said, you just have to understand that it's COVID protocols to
Hey.
keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, it's it's hectic. It's really
yeah,
sad.
it's hectic. But I think it wasn't all too bad, because now with technology, there's video calls and all those type of
Yeah.
things. And I think I was fortunate because there's a friend of mine or a colleague who his wife gave birth the same day, same hospital, 2 hours before you, and he was fortunately everything panned out the way that they planned, so they were able to get the COVID tests. He was allowed to go into the hospital, so at least he was keeping me up to speed, giving me updates, pictures, um, live, and Patagadi lives as well. So at least I was able to see my baby girl after she was born, even though it was on but again, did I just say live? No,
You said live on a video call.
no. No, the thing is, like, I don't know, people are talking about the live.
Yeah, a video call.
They're on a video call, not a live. Live is something else. But not that they're making the live famous. But yeah, so at least he was able to video call me. I was able to see the baby girl. So he made sure that she was okay. Followed the nurses around. So I think, like they always say, God works in mysterious ways. So I think everything panned out to be fine. 2 days later, got the results, and I was able to come in and start bonding with the little girl.
But how does it feel? that you have a girl is it's how do you feel? Because with Tori, it's like, being a guy now. It's a
Yo, I
girl.
think
You're thinking in terms of now, how am I gonna raise her? Because it may not be the same as raising a boy.
I think raising a girl, um, with Tori, I wasn't too stressed because, um, based on how I was raised, I'm copying most
Copy and
of the,
paste.
yeah, copy and paste. I've, I'm reapplying what my parents reapplied with me. So, and I'm also Kemujita, so I'm learning with my own experiences. So I wasn't too stressed. So, Kamogel, it's a bit of a, it's an interesting challenge, because she's very precious to me. And I worry a lot because I think we had a girl when the world is really
Yeah.
in a messed up state. Like
Yeah.
for instance, you've got
Yeah.
women being killed left, right, and center, and
And
then there's patriarchy.
like,
Those,
no, honestly, I think, yeah, but sorry to cut you off, you were saying continue.
that's fine. So there's patriarchy. There's the and like they have to prove themselves. So it's tougher for a woman now. So raising a girl, I think it gives me that added it gives me that added pressure. It makes me um, find or try to learn as much as I can to be fit or to prepare myself for raising a girl. And obviously she's still young.
Yeah.
It's I think the challenges are gonna start as she starts getting older. With the obviously the personality I see
Yeah,
it's
it's
starting.
already there.
It's already
Coming
there.
out.
It's coming out already. So it's going to be an interesting challenge. But like we're always ready for every challenge that comes. So we have to do our best to raise her, and I think she's good Jews. So I'm happy that you umfaka line.
Basically, I'm the strict parent.
Yeah. No,
And you.
no. Yeah. And funny enough, people don't think you are strict when they
Yeah,
see
I
you
think people, they
speaking
think you are
soft
strict and then I am
and
more laid back.
yes,
But
yes,
it's
people
actually
the other
the
way around.
opposite. Yeah.
But you're the stricter one, and hopefully you'll help me to guide her. But yeah, it's an interesting challenge.
But also, like in these days, raising a boy, I think it's also a challenge with how you, with everything going on, how do you make them not grow up to be, you know, have, I don't know, anger, have all those emotions, or how, like raising a boy in this day and age, I don't think it's the same as before. I guess maybe our generation, we have, you could say, we in a way we're a bit fortunate that we saw what happened, and we are seeing with what's happening now, that this maybe something could have happened when we were growing up, or maybe you come to self realization, to say, okay, maybe those things when I was growing up, they didn't work. Maybe they're making me feel a certain way or make me angry, Like now, I think we have the opportunity to bring a better, not to say we our generation is not a good generation. It's just that we have those parts here and there, which now it's becoming more and more intense. On with yeah, but raising a boy now, I think we have the opportunity to sort of change on how our parents or grandparents taught us, like patriarchy, because I think our parents generate, obviously from back then, generation after generation, you take what you have been told and what you have seen happen around to say this is patriarchy, and now we have a chance to say we need to change that definition maybe of patriarchy. And
You need to get rid of it.
yeah, we are realizing, therefore we need to. But then obviously you still have those people, like for me growing up, and when I told my mom that I wanted to go and live with my grandparents and with my cousins, my grandfather, he wasn't that of, okay, boys do this, girls do this, he was just like, everybody will do everything, will do work house, all boys and girls, and then we'll also do work outside if there's things that we need to do outside. It wasn't that thing of, okay, because you're a boy, when now you must go do a gardening, things that people and then as girls we're not to clean and all of that in the house. We were taught that you do everything. Now all my brothers, my uncles, they can cook, they can clean, they can do everything for themselves, and so I think it's in a way that also builds up to say you're not expecting a woman to, you're not going to wait for a woman to do certain things for you to be able to move. Same as a woman, that's what I was saying to you the other time on the other video, that I can do anything. I don't have to wait for one to come through and say Antole little box, because people are, hey, I'm not gonna lift a box because there's a man. I'm not gonna lift a box when there's a man around. If they're there, yes, they can lift it, but if there's no one, now I must be waiting for a week for you to come home for me to lift for you to lift a box. You know what I mean? So I guess it's in those things that if we do it in that way, I'm assuming, I'm hoping that it somehow eliminates some kind of until men are higher than women, It sort of like puts us in the same level that we can all do the same thing. You don't need to be of a certain gender for you to, Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Our generation, we have that opportunity to change the mind, to change, because we've seen and we've learned from seeing, Now we can apply, like you're saying, but obviously not reapply everything that our parents have taught us. If you see that it didn't work, you don't use it. If it works, basically that's how me and you have decided to do things.
Go for what works
For you and what makes sense for you, because at the end of the day, you don't want Tori to grow up and saying a woman's work is in the kitchen, Therefore, in a way, or you end up belittling a woman's worth. I understand. Or for Kanye to say no, her belief is gonna be, or she must take care of a man. Like Dodzedi. That's why I say to you, raising Tori now, especially in these times where things are, I think for me that's what has always scared me in terms of having kids, because you have kids and they go out into the world and You can only protect them. Like right now, I can protect them. I'm able to. But then the minute they start being able to go to university, the minute they start going to university, engaging with other kids, other people, it becomes a different thing because I'm not there to protect him from a lot of things. I can only tell him, okay, I can only try and teach him what's right and what's wrong, but also he's going to learn it himself. If I teach him the basics of what's right and wrong, at least then I know I've done my part, but I cannot control on how he views what's right and what's wrong when it comes to his friends, and the world as well.
No, I agree with what you're saying. Like you said, we learn a lot from how we grew up, um, and we also adapt to the times. We apply what we learned based on the challenges that we are facing currently, and like you said, raising a boy is a challenge on its own. Is not easy. And I think the most of us, grew up with I won't say absent fathers, um, but we grew up with systems where, as a child, you are not taught to be close to your father.
Oh yes, yeah.
So basically, when you grow up, you're not close to your father. When you're being bullied at school, you can't talk to your father about it. When you're going through challenges in life, you can't go talk to your father. When you get the heartbreak, you can't go talk to your father about it. So, and obviously those are the type, and it was more of a thing culturally how we grew up is that, Mwana is not supposed to be close to his dad.
More to it comes off. They make it ture
You
or more
can't control.
respect.
You can't control your child if you're too close. Because I get criticized a lot that I'm too close to my kids.
Yeah.
I get criticized a lot, but it's cool. So that's how we mostly grow up, and like you said, Mosadi, the only thing they are good for is in the kitchen. Just driving down the patriarchal way of thinking, which for me I don't think I can allow in my kid. So that's why even the naming of my daughter or our daughter was very important. We thought very hard for months, and we wanted a name that was going to empower her, that even when we're not there, she can remember who she is. I think I stole that from Lion King.
Remember who you
Remember
are.
who you are. So the naming part of it was very important,
I think,
because
with
we're
Tori
very
as well.
intense with
Naming. It's very
with-
important.
it's very important. So we had to think hard about names that were going to ignite something in her, even if she's alone somewhere. And she can think about, my parents named me this because this is what they believed when I was born. And I could see that a lot of her personality now is starting to be in line with what we named her. She's very assertive, and that's what I want in my child.
And yeah, I think we went. But thank you for watching, and yeah, please like and comment and share. Toodles.